Hello everyone, I am Ashwini Saurabh Mehras from Department of Statistics, RBNB College, Srirampur. Today we will continue the point which is weighted mean, which we have learned in the last lecture. So weighted means there are observations xi and weights are assigned to each observation. Then we can calculate weighted mean. Means weighted arithmetic mean, weighted geometric mean as well as weighted harmonic mean for the given data. So here we have to note that weight is assigned to each observation, means each observation is having its own importance. So it will be better to use weighted mean. So let's see first the formulas. So weighted arithmetic mean can be calculated by this formula. So I have taken one example to calculate weighted arithmetic mean. So here is the formula, which is summation of wi xi divided by summation of wi. Here we can notice that in the formula of arithmetic mean, when the observation and its frequencies are given, here the frequencies fi are replaced by the weights, but here the weights can be in these type of points or it can be in non-integer also. So this is the importance to use weights to observations rather than its frequencies. So here I have calculated weighted arithmetic mean from this data, so which is 184. Here first we have calculated the product of xi into wi. We can see that, and the addition is 920, and finally we can calculate the weighted AM by using this formula. So I will simply write the weighted GM and weighted HM, its formulas. So weighted GM, this can be calculated as product of xi raised to wi bracket raised to, here we have to write 1 upon summation of wi. So in the previous lecture I explained this formula, but this is the correct formula, which is product of xi raised to wi and bracket raised to, we have to take the nth root. So 1 upon wi. Here the product will for n observations, so I equal to 1 to n. Similarly, we can write this formula in the form of antilog of 1 upon wi, so summation of, into, we have to write this summation of wi into log of xi. So in this way we can calculate weighted GM. Then the next formula is weighted harmonic mean. So we can calculate it by summation of wi divided by summation of this, we have to write wi upon xi. So by the definition we can write it. So definition is harmonic mean is the reciprocal of arithmetic mean of reciprocal of observations. So these are the formulas to calculate weighted mean. Now we will see the next concept, which is partition values. So the partition values means which divides the entire data into the different parts. So we have already seen that the median divides the data in two equal parts. So let's see some more partition values. First is quartiles. So quartiles means which divides the entire data, entire observations into four equal parts. They are denoted by Q1, Q2 and Q3. So these three quartiles are called, this is the first quartile Q1, Q2 is the second quartile and Q3 is the third quartile. Here Q1 divides the data into 1 upon 4. So 1 is to 4 parts. So suppose this is the entire data, then this is the Q2 which divides the data into two equal parts. We here note that Q2 is same as our median. Then Q1 is the first quartile. So here is the part 1 and remaining are the 3 parts. So this divides the data into 1:3, or we can call 1/4th data. Then Q2 means this is the half, and here Q3 we can write it as 3/4. So it divides the data into 3:4. So in this way we can write the quartiles. Similarly, we have more partition values like deciles and percentiles. So deciles means which divides the entire data into 10 equal parts. So there are D1, D2 and D9. So D1 means first decile, D2 is second decile, and in this way D9 is the 9th decile. So this divides the data into 10 equal parts like this. So we have to make D6, D7, D8, this is D9 and D10. So here we can notice that this D5 will divide the data into two equal parts. So this is same as the second quartile and this is same as the median. Means we can write Q2 is same as D5, which is same as median. Okay, then next partition value is percentiles. So percentiles means which divides the entire data into 100 parts, 100 equal parts. So we will denote it as P1, P2 and so on P100. So here on the line we can see that the middlemost partition value is P50 and which will divide the data into two equal parts. Therefore, this P50 will be same as Q2, that is D5, that is our median. So here I can write P50. So these are the partition values. Here we can note that here for each percentile there is a 1% area of the total area, and here in the deciles there is a 10% area each for D1 up to D1 to D2 and so on, and for the quartiles there is a 25th% data for each quartile. So in this way we can explain the partition values. Now we will see how to calculate it, that is the formulas. So first we will see the quartiles. So suppose we are having the ungrouped data, means the single observations are there in our data, then we can calculate the quartiles in the similar way as that we can calculate median. So Qi can be written as, it is the size of n plus 1 upon 4. Here I have to write I into n plus 1 upon 4th observation. So this is the formula to calculate ith quartile. So if I equal to 1, then Q1 will be size of n plus 1 upon 4th observation when the observations are arranged in increasing order or ascending order. Then Q2 can be calculated as size of n plus 1. Here I have to put I equal to 2, so which will give us n plus 1 upon 2th observation, and we here note that this n plus 1 upon 2th observation. So this is the same formula to calculate median in case of ungrouped data when the observations are odd numbers. Then Q3 can be calculated as size of 3 into n plus 1 upon 4th observation after arranging the observations in increasing or decreasing order. So these are the 3 quartiles. In the similar way, we can obtain deciles and percentiles. So we can write this di is size of I into n plus 1 upon 10th observation. So it divides the data into 10 equal parts. So I have written here 10. So by substituting I equal to 1, 2 up to so on 9, we will get D1, D2, so on D9, that is 9 deciles. Similarly, we can write this formula for percentiles. So Pi can be calculated as it is the size of I into n plus 1 divided by 100th observation. And we can put here I from 1 to 99. So we will have 99 percentiles in our data. So P1, P2, so on P99. And one thing also, so P50, for example, P50 can be obtained by size of 50 upon 100, means this will be n plus 1 upon 2th observation, which is median, because it is the middlemost observation. So in this way we can calculate quartiles, deciles and percentiles for the ungrouped data when the number of observations are odd. If there are even number of observations, then we can use capital N. So instead of this n plus 1, we only take n upon 2th observation. So it will give us the correct values of quartiles, deciles and percentiles. If we are having the data in the form of continuous variable, means if there are classes and frequencies, then there is a question that how to calculate these partition values. So we can see that the partition values have the same formula as that of median. So in the continuous type data variable, we are calculating the median with this formula. So our median equals to L plus n upon 2 minus Cf divided by F into H. Here we are first calculating the median class, then the L is the lower limit of that median class, n upon 2 means total number of observations upon 2, this is minus Cf. Cf means cumulative frequency of pre-median class, F is the frequency of median class and H is the class width. So this median we have learned already in my last video lectures. So to learn median, watch my previous lectures. So this is the formula to calculate median, and similarly we can calculate these quartiles by using the formula L plus, here we have to take I into n upon 4 minus Cf upon F into H. So this is the formula to calculate quartiles, means first quartile, if we want to find first quartile, then first we have to find out the class where the observation, that is the first quartile value, will lie. Means we have to first obtain I into n upon 4th observation. So size of I into n upon 4th observation, then we will find out that quartile class, and after getting that quartile class, we will simply take L means the lower limit of that class, CF means the cumulative frequency of the previous class, and F is the frequency of quartile class, H is the class width. So in this way we can obtain quartiles. Similarly, we can obtain deciles by using this formula. So di will be L plus I into n upon 10th minus CF upon F into H. So for finding the decile, first we have to find out the decile class. Means if we want to find out the D1, then first we have to find out the n upon 10th, that is size of n upon 10th class. That is, we will get our decile class from the given data. CF means the cumulative frequency of the previous decile class, and F is the frequency of that decile class into class width. Similarly, we can obtain percentiles by using the formula I into n upon 100 minus CF upon F into H. So I into n upon 100 means first we have to find size of I into n upon 100th class. So this will obtain from the LCF. So we know how to calculate the less than cumulative frequencies, and then we are going to find out the observation or the LCF, which is having equal to LCF equal to or just more than this point. So we will see some examples to elaborate these partition values. So here I have written some examples to calculate partition values. So this is the first example where we have ungrouped data, means there is no grouping in the data, and if we I have already written this data by increasing order. Okay, so there are 15 observations in the data. I have already written that observations in increasing order, and we have calculated the quartiles. So Q1 will be size of n plus 1 upon 4th observation. So here n is 15. So I have to write size of 15 plus 1, 16 upon 4 means size of 4th observation after arranging the observations in increasing order. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is the 4th observation and it is Q1. Similarly, we can obtain Q2, which is the size of n plus 1 upon 2th observation. So it will be 16 upon 2, which is 8. So 8th observation means Q2 is 20. And finally we can obtain Q3, which will be size of n plus 1. So 3 into n plus 1 upon 4th observation. And we will have, so this will be 16 into 3 upon 4, so size of 12th observation. So count it and we will get the 12th observation is 40. So Q3 will be 40. So this is the first example to find out quartile. In the similar manner, we can obtain its deciles and percentiles also. So let's see the next example. So if we have this type of data, these are the classes, these are the given frequencies, and we have calculated the less than cumulative frequencies for this data. Then we are asked to obtain the first quartile, 6th decile and 43rd percentile. Then here I have written the formulas and calculations. So Q1, this will be so this can be obtained by first obtaining the quartile class. So let's see. Here we have to take first quartile, means it will be size of I into n upon 4th observation. So here we can obtain this by substituting I equal to 1 and n is here we can take 16. So here by using n is 200, so 200 is the total number of frequency, so I have to take n equal to 200. So size of 200 upon 4th observation means 50. So size of 50th observation. Here we look in the less than cumulative frequencies. So less than cumulative frequency which is equal to or just greater than 50 will be our quartile class. So first quartile class. So here we can see that 50 and 97 is just greater than 50. So corresponding to this 1800 to 200 is the first quartile class. Means our Q1 will definitely lie between this class. So now it is easy to calculate by the formula. So Q1 is lower limit of the quartile class. This is I have written 1800, then plus this is n upon n upon 4 minus this 42 means CF. I have just explained the formula. CF means we have to take the cumulative frequency just previous to first quartile class. So this is the previous class and its CF is 42. So this is 42, and at the denominator we have to write the frequency of quartile class. So here frequency means we have to look in this column. So 55. So I have written 55 into 200. 200 is the class width for each class. Then finally we can compute Q1. So it is this is the value for Q1. Similarly we can obtain the remaining quartiles also. But let's see how to obtain the decile and percentile. So D6 can be to obtain D6, first we have to obtain the size of 6 into n upon 10th observation, because we are obtaining decile. So at the denominator it is 10. So 6 into 200 upon 10. So it will give us 1/20th. So size of 1/20th observation. So it is equal to or just greater than 120. So we can see here this is the class. So it is 137 and corresponding to it this is the class where our 6th decile will lie. So here I have calculated by the formula. Here I have calculated by the formula D6, which is L plus 6n upon 10 minus CF upon F. So here I have taken L means lower limit of the 6th decile class, which is 2000 plus 6n upon 10, which is 120. CF means cumulative frequency, which is previous class. So this is the 6th decile. Okay, then its previous class is this, and corresponding to it the cumulative frequency is 97. So that's why here we have to take 97 divided by F. F is the frequency of this 6th decile class. So it is 40. So I have written 40, and calculations are very easy. So this is 6th decile. Now we will calculate the 43rd percentile. For that purpose we have to first obtain 43n upon 100th observation. So size of 86th observation. So calculate it by putting n equal to 200, we will get 86. So size of 86th observation, which is equal to the LCF, which is equal to or more than 86. So here if we observe that, then this is the 97, which is just greater than 86. So this is our 43rd percentile class, means our P43 will lie between this range. So here I have written the formula. So this is lower limit 1800, this is 86 minus 42 upon 55 into 200. So by substituting all these values, we will get 43rd percentile, which is 1960. So in this way, we can obtain the partition values for ungrouped data as well as grouped data. So hope you enjoyed my lecture. Thanks for watching me.